Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Welcome to the New York City Council vote on the Committee on Governmental Operations, State and Federal Legislation. At this time, please silence all electronics and do not approach the dais. Chair, you may begin.
Good morning. My name is Lincoln Ressler, and I have the privilege of serving as the chair of the Committee on Governmental Operations, State and Federal Legislation. I'd like to start off by thanking those of my colleagues who have joined today's vote. Ina Vernikov, Vicky Palladino, David Carr of the finest borough in New York City, Brooklyn, Councilmember Gail Brewer, and not a member of this committee, but a gentleman passing a great bill today, Eric Dinowitz. And on Zoom and on the phone, we have Councilmember Jennifer Gutierrez, who is with her gorgeous new baby, Councilmember Shahana Hanif, and Councilmember Jim Gennaro. Today we'll be voting on my bill, Intro 77A, which would enhance the restrictions on post-employment lobbying activities for certain public servants, and Intro 587A, sponsored by Councilmember Eric Dinowitz, which would require 311 to conduct customer satisfaction surveys. Over the last decade, we've seen an explosion in lobbying. In 2023, lobbyists were paid over $131 million to lobby city officials. That is about double what they brought in just a decade ago. Governing doesn't happen in a vacuum. We all rely on external stakeholders for policy expertise and technical information, but we must ensure that there is real transparency, accountability, and integrity in our government, and that certain special interests do not have an outsized influence. Unfortunately, our lobbying laws have failed to restrict the most powerful people in the mayor's office from capitalizing on their public service for personal gain. The mayor's former chief of staff, Frank Carone, was involved in the hiring of senior agency officials and making key policy decisions in the Adams administration. He freely admitted that he was building a future lobbying practice and signing up clients while still working across the hall in the mayor's office right here in city government. But when he left city government at the end of 2022, he was legally permitted to lobby 99% of city workers the very next day. The single restriction he faced was lobbying people who work in the office of the mayor, but every other mayoral agency, parks, sanitation, housing, city planning, the vast majority of city employees were fair game to Frank Carone. I find this legalized corruption to be both disturbing and shocking. We are slamming the revolving door shut today. We need to ensure that public officials are committed to the public good, not enriching themselves or their clients. Intro 77A will repair our broken lobbying laws and ensure that the most senior officials at City Hall and certain agency heads are not able to lobby anyone in city government for 2 years after they leave office. We greatly appreciated the feedback that advocates and experts at our hearing, provided at our hearing in April, which helped us target the most problematic issues while ensuring good governance and efficient administration of the law. To ensure the success of this law and all of our ethics laws, we also need to strengthen our oversight agencies. Since Eric Adams took office, OMB has not authorized the Conflicts of Interest Board to fill any vacancies, resulting in a 16% loss in COIB staff, including 2 critical attorneys' roles. It is imperative that we restore full funding to COIB so they can carry out the essential work of enforcing our conflicts of interest laws. This bill is about protecting the integrity of our city government. New Yorkers deserve to know that our public servants are delivering for them, not special interests. I'd like to thank our committee counsel, Jay Sreeganapathy and Erica Cohen, for their hard work on this. I'd especially like to thank David Seitzer from the Legislative Division for his expert guidance in the drafting of this bill as well as Jeff Baker, Jeremy John, and of course our Speaker, Adrian Adams. But most of all, I'd like to thank my Chief of Staff, Molly Haley, who cares about ethical government more than anyone I know, and her brilliance really guided us through every step of the way on this bill, which was a multi-year process. Lastly, I'll just take a point of privilege to say I'm currently on paternity leave, but I wanted to come in today because this bill is so important to me and I think so important to how government should work in restoring the confidence of New Yorkers in our local government. I want to just thank my parents for being home with my wife today and my baby Elliot. And I want to thank my fabulous staff for just holding it down and doing such a great job in my office while I'm out on paternity leave. I really appreciate it. I'm lucky to have such a great team, especially Molly. I would now like to turn it over to Eric Dinowitz for his remarks on his bill, which is a really great bill. I hear from constituents almost every single day who are infuriated that they put in a complaint to 311, it gets closed out, and nothing happened. This bill will I think, really help us shift greater accountability to city agencies to make sure that they're following up on the things that our constituents complain about.
That's right. Thank you, Chair Wrestler, new father. I don't think there's a job harder in the world for a guy than being a dad. This job's nothing in comparison. So congratulations. And thank you for your kind words about the bill, introduction number 587A. And it's true, I think every one of our constituents who calls us said, I called 311 about a pothole. I called 311. I want a tree planted. There's garbage on the sidewalk, an illegally parked car. There's a homeless person on the sidewalk. 2 seconds later, they look at their app, and it's closed. And these everyday New Yorkers have no recourse. And 311 is the vehicle through which we access our city services. And we have to ensure that that system is responsive and takes feedback directly from everyday New Yorkers. And that's what this bill does. It requires the 311 to conduct customer satisfaction surveys after each case is resolved, and to publish monthly reports detailing the corresponding survey data. This is both quantitative and qualitative data. 311 is overdue for reform, and this bill is going to bring a basic and necessary update so that New Yorkers can properly voice their feedback in the current system. As was mentioned, far too often these 301 cases are closed without agencies resolving the survey request. And we know, we get the calls to our office all the time that the issue was closed, but it wasn't resolved. And they're telling us, but this bill will require that survey and require them to publish that data. Agency oversight is critical to our role here at the City Council. These monthly reports detailing customer satisfaction will illustrate how agencies have been responding to 311 requests. And with this information, we at the Council will gain more insight into where agencies need to be held accountable and give us more tools to actually hold the agencies accountable to make sure they are being responsive to the needs of everyday New Yorkers. Because that's what we want in government. We want a government that is responsive to the needs of the people we represent. And this bill is a step forward in that, because it's a step forward in fixing a 311 system desperately in need of change. The City Council is obligated to respond to New Yorkers' needs, and an improved 311 system would support that endeavor. And Chair Ressler, I want to thank you for your leadership on the committee, and of course for being here as a new father. Thank you, and of course to my staff, Adam Staropoli, to Jenna Klaus, and all of the committee staff for their work on this bill. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Chair Dinowitz. I'd like to just thank especially the members of the committee who have co-sponsored our legislation, especially Gail Brewer, who's just been a real champion of good governance in New York for a very long time. So thank you, Gail. With that, and Councilmember Shana Neef and Councilmembers Gutierrez for their co-sponsorship as well and their championing of good governance. With that, I'd like to ask the clerk to call the roll, and if I may ask Councilmember Gutierrez to be able to vote first.
Sure. Good afternoon, William Martin, Committee Clerk, roll call vote, Committee on Governmental Operations, State and Federal Legislation. Both items are coupled. Councilmember Gutierrez.
Can we do that one more time, Jen?
Yeah.
Can you hear me? Aye.
Now we can hear you.
Congrats, Lincoln.
Thank you. Could we get an aye, or could we get a vote, though, too? No,
I vote aye.
yeah, there we go. Jen, we love you. We'll talk to you later.
Good Lord.
Thank you,
bye.
Councilmember. Thank you. Chair Ressler.
Aye.
Gennaro.
Aye.
Thank you. Brewer.
I vote aye. Are we voting on 311 also? Okay. I like the idea, but I do worry that the material for the staff may be a little intense. And I have to say, from my experience, 311 closes some cases, but not all cases. And we actually have a really good relationship with them, and I find them extremely responsive. I just want to put that on the record. Thank you. Aye.
Hanif.
Aye.
Thank you. Schulman. Carr.
No on intro 77A and aye on 587A.
Thank you. Vernikov.
Aye on all except no on 77A. Thank you.
Palladino.
No on 77A and yes on 587A.
Thank you. Following results, proposed introduction 77A has been adopted by the committee with 5 in the affirmative, 3 in the negative, and no abstentions. And proposed introduction 587A has been adopted by the committee with 8 in the affirmative, 0 in the negative, and no abstentions.
Thank you all. With that, we will adjourn and look forward to seeing you all at Stated shortly. Oh, sorry, we're going to keep it open for Lynn. I'm kidding. We're not adjourning. Lynn's on her way. I forgot about her. We're going to keep the roll call vote open. Thank you. Sorry. Great. Can I give you your phone back? Thank you.